I thought it was important to bring to you something that's really crucial to getting good images of people. Something that just people take for granted, photographers take for granted in general. What is it? Camera height. If you notice right now, your camera height that you're watching me from at home is at a higher level. It's roughly right about eye level or slightly above. That is so important, and for most subjects, that's going to be one of the things that you work with and use the most. Because what happens is camera height controls the perception of the body. Now, knowing where to put it is going to be crucial. Now, what I tell my photographers when I'm teaching them and training them is, if you're dealing with a plus-size subject, in most occasions, you're going to want to work with a camera height above eye level. The reason why is, with the camera height above eye level, when we complete our pose of leaning them forward, the head is coming closer to the body, coming closer to the camera, and it's pushing the body further back, which in turn is minimizing it. Now, what we're going to do is, I want to show you, if you have an average size subject or couple that you're photographing, you know, the normal weighted couple, not plus size, you're going to take, if you're taking a full length image of them, you can bring your camera height down. So what I want him to do is just lower his camera height. He's going to lower it to roughly waist level. When you look at me from waist level, I'm starting to look bigger to you, aren't I? So what's happening is, because I'm a plus size individual, bringing the camera lower is ultimately making me look larger. So one of the things I always find funny when I see people taking images is where they place the camera. It seems like whenever photographers or even people just taking pictures of their friends or family are taking images, they tend to always shoot from down here. They're shooting up. Now, if you look, I've come down low, and now I'm looking much smaller to you on the screen because your camera height is higher. But if I'm looking up at you, you're looking bigger. Your body becomes shaped like a bowling pin. You're big at the bottom, small at the top. Nobody wants to see that. So what we're going to do is just go to the low camera angle. Now, when you look at me, I obviously look bigger, because what's happening is you're shooting up on me. So this is all looking much fuller. So one of the things and ways to get around it, if you do want to shoot up on a subject and you do want to make them look more interesting per se and not make them look heavier, will be their body position. And what I'm going to do here, Jesse, come in real quick for 1 second. I'm going to bring Jesse in. If you were taking an image of Jesse and I hugging, she brings her hand here, here, our cheeks together. Now you look at us, we look bigger. How can you adjust it? Well, by leaning forward and putting us on the same plane, chin up a little bit, beautiful, I'm able to ultimately thin out the way everybody looks. But if you do it here, and we're just standing here, we look like two big globs. Watch the difference when we go to the high camera angle. So now, look at the difference. We already look better. And the reason we look better is very, very simple. We look better because of your view of us. Now take a look when we lean forward. We get in that hugging position again. Now when we lean forward, chins up, it looks a lot better, doesn't it? It's thinning us out because our heads are closer to the camera, our bodies are being minimized. So if you're not paying attention to your camera height, you're doing your client, your subject, a huge disservice. So here are the rules again real quick. If you're photographing a plus size subject, most times you're going to keep your camera height to above eye level for almost all of your images. If you're a neutral sized couple or even thinner couple, you're going to work with these 3 basic rules. If you were doing a full length image from head to toe, I'm sorry, I did it backwards, from head to toe. If you're working with that, you're going to keep your camera height at roughly waist level for an average sized couple. If you're working from the waist up, you're going to keep that camera height for an average sized couple at right around bust level. If you are doing a head and shoulder portrait of an average sized couple, you're going to keep the camera height above eye level. If you're working with a plus size couple, you're probably best off always keeping the camera height above eye level. People ask me all the time, Doug, you do all these creative and wonderful ground poses. How do you do it with a plus size subject? You can't, right? They're too big. Exact opposite. Whenever you could get a higher camera height, you're going to get your most success, because you're going to be able to make people look thinner, you're going to be able to stretch them out and lean them forward. So there you go. Camera height does matter.